Hello guys, today we are going to discuss another topic in this video. So let's discuss the topic. The topic for today is capnography. Okay, so capnography is not so common term used in our wards, but it has a lot of clinical significance, which mostly is restricted to anesthetists. But this topic is to be known by everyone, particularly everyone in the emergency ward. Okay, so let's discuss the topic. I'm not going to give in detail of capnography, but basically I'm going to discuss the waveforms in capnography, right? So okay, what is this capnography? Capnography, it is basically the presence of respiratory CO2 in exhaled gases, right? Capnography denotes the presence of respiratory carbon dioxide in exhaled gases, right? Okay, so there are many advantages of this capnography. First of all, to discuss in general, there is many other term known as capnometer, which is the measurement, which is said to be the measurement of carbon dioxide. Okay, but here we are going to discuss capnography, which is nothing but the graphical representation. Okay, graphical representation which denotes the presence of exhaled carbon dioxide. Okay, another term which we are going to discuss is end-tidal carbon dioxide, which we'll see that after a little while discussing the graphs. Okay, so now let's discuss the normal capnography. Okay, a normal capnograph. Okay, I'm going to draw it just by basically with our pen, without any diagram. I'm not going to download or show you any diagram. So I'm just going to just draw and show how a normal waveform looks and what are the phases also. So we're going to discuss that. So that it will be a little bit easy for us to understand. As we draw, we can understand. So that's the main purpose. So let's now draw the phases of capnography. Let's draw the phases of capnography. I hope it is audible. Okay. Okay, so what are the phases of capnography? Okay, there are 4 phases. Actually, exactly to say, it's 3 phases. Okay, let me draw it a little bit clear. Okay, so this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Okay, what is there in x-axis? X-axis denotes time. What does y-axis denote? It denotes expired CO2. Okay guys? Okay, so I'll just draw the capnograph. Okay, see, if you have a note or if you have a digital device, you can easily draw with me also, so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, see, first I just denote it and then I'll explain. This is phase 1. Okay, so this is phase 2. This is second. This is phase 2. This is phase 3. And this is phase 4 or 0. Okay, and there are 2 angles. This is alpha and this is beta. Okay, and just note it, this is the highest point, right? Highest point. Just note it. Okay, I'm just drawing it here, or just note this pink color, which is the highest point, right? Wait, I'll just, okay, I'll use another color so that you can easily understand it. See, note this red point. Okay, so this red point denotes the highest point in the graph. Okay, so now let's discuss, let's see what are the phases used to denote. Okay, so first let's go to phase 1. What does this phase 1 denote? Phase 1 denotes the anatomical dead space. Phase 1 denotes the anatomical dead space. Okay, so what is anatomical dead space? Let's not go into that full definition at all. It's the presence of air, okay, in our airway. That is basically anatomical dead space. So this exhaled anatomical dead space, okay, this anatomical dead space which is exhaled, that is phase 1. Okay, next, what is phase 2? Phase 2 denotes expiratory upstroke. Okay, expiratory upstroke. Okay, phase 2 denotes expiratory upstroke. Okay, so there is a sharp rise here. Okay, there is a sharp rise in carbon dioxide concentration in this phase 2. Okay, so you can see that, I'll just show you. See, there is a sharp rise in this carbon dioxide. Wait, I'll just show you so that it will be a little bit easier. Okay, I just want to denote to you so that it will be a little bit easier for you guys. Just a second. Yeah, okay, see, this is, okay, see this which I am just marking, this is the sharp rise in carbon dioxide concentration. Okay, so here what actually happens is that there is a transition. See, there is a transition between the airway and alveoli. Okay, see, there is a transition between airway and, see, it's coming like this and it's just increasing. Okay, there's a transition between airway and alveoli. Okay, yeah, so this is phase 2 for you. Okay, next let's go to phase 3. Okay, let's go to phase 3. What is this phase 3? It is also called as plateau. It is also called as plateau. Okay, what plateau? It is alveolar plateau or expiratory plateau. Okay, you can see it here, plateau. Just a second. See, you can see that there is a plateau. You can actually see a slight upstroke. Can you see it? See, it's not like this. It's like this. Okay, it's going, it is at the angle, right? See, you can see an angle here, right? So there's a slight upstroke in this plateau phase. You can just note it. There's a slight upstroke. Okay, there's a slight upstroke, might be in a different color. See, there's a slight upstroke. Why I am mentioning this upstroke, okay, is that because this slight upstroke produces, I said here, no, I said in the starting, right, just please note this highest point, because this highest point, okay, this upstroke has produced a highest point, that is called as, what is that? It is end, okay, it is called as end, I'm sorry, it is called as end tidal carbon dioxide. Okay, it is called as end tidal carbon dioxide. Okay, let's discuss about that a little later. Okay, next let's see about the phase 4. What is this phase 4 or phase 0? It is nothing but the baseline, but okay, it goes to the baseline. So it's basically, just a second, it's basically inspiratory downstroke. It's easy, like as you see it, you can see, like if you consider this as a vector, okay, if you consider this as a vector, you can easily see. So it's going like this, going like this, it's going upstroke, and thereby it's going downstroke. So this is inspiratory downstroke, right? Okay, so that's also, we saw all the 4 phases. Okay, first is phase 1, anatomical dead space, exhaled. Next we saw expiratory upstroke. Next phase 3 is plateau, that is alveolar plateau or expiratory plateau. Next is phase 4 or phase 0, that is inspiratory downstroke. Okay, I'll write it a little bit clearer. Just a second. It is inspiratory downstroke. Okay, it reaches to the baseline. Okay, that we know. Okay, next what you're going to see is something called as end tidal CO2. You're going to see something called as end tidal CO2. Okay, what is this end tidal CO2? We saw it is the highest point. Okay, in the whole capnograph it is the highest point. Okay, what is this end tidal carbon dioxide? Okay, see, end tidal carbon dioxide, what is it used to, and what is it's a maximum. Okay, I'll use another color. Okay, it is a maximum amount of carbon dioxide. It is a maximum amount of CO2 present in respiratory gases. Respiratory in the sense is exhaled gases. In particular, like exhaled. Okay, exhaled carbon dioxide. Okay, so the maximum amount of carbon dioxide present in the respiratory gases, that is end tidal carbon dioxide. This end tidal carbon dioxide is used for, there are many advantages. Okay, the many advantages of this capnogram in general. Okay, there are many advantages. One particular and very important is, it is the surest sign. Okay, it is the surest sign of intubation. Okay, it is the surest sign of intubation, and it is used in the diagnosis of malignant hyperthermia. Okay, there are many other advantages. Okay, but mainly I just want to highlight this too. Okay, surest sign of intubation, and it is used in the diagnosis of malignant hyperthermia. Okay, so what we have seen about what is capnogram. Okay, capnogram or capnography. Next is just a second. Next is, you have seen the phases of capnography. Next, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Next is, you have seen what is end tidal carbon dioxide. Now, and the advantages. Now there is another thing, the angles. Okay, there are something mentioned there, right? Angles present in, just a second, angles present in capnography. Okay, what are the angles? The first is alpha. Maybe I'll use a different color. The first one is alpha angle. Okay, what is this alpha angle? First of all, where is it present? Okay, let's see where it is present. Okay, let's take the diagram. See the alpha angle. First of all, where is it present? Let's see. The alpha angle is present between phase 2. Okay, right? The alpha angle is present between phase 2 and phase 3. You can see that clearly, right? I'll just highlight that to you. Where is the alpha angle? It's just present between phase 2. This is phase 2 and this is phase 3. So alpha angle is present between phase 2 and phase 3. And where is beta angle? Beta angle is present between phase 3 and phase 0 or phase 4. See, this is beta angle, right? This is alpha angle. Okay, can you see that? Yes. Okay, so let's go to our topic. So let's write it. Alpha angle, see, it is present between phase 2 and phase 3. Okay, next. Hello guys, so in last video we would have stopped at alpha angle. Okay, so it is present between phase 2 and phase 3. Now let's discuss further. Okay, so we stopped it right here, right? Okay, so let's go to what is next is beta angle. Okay, let's discuss what is beta angle, right? Okay, so beta angle. What is this beta angle? Where is it present? Okay, that is what we have to see. It is present, this is second, it is present between phase 3 and phase 4 or phase 0. Okay, so you can see it here. See where is, see, yeah, you can see the beta angle, right? So you can see the beta angle. See, this is the beta angle, right? Okay, you can see that it is present between phase 3 and phase 0, right? Okay, so next. Okay, next let's go to the next topic, that is the various capnographic waveforms. Okay, we'll go to that. Okay, let's begin it here itself. So okay, have I written? Yes. Normally, what is the normal beta angle? That you have to know, right? So the normal beta angle is, oh, okay, normal beta angle is around 90 degree. Okay, the normal beta angle is around 90 degree. Okay, so it is not exactly 90 degree. It might be a little bit, little less or little more. Okay, so the normal beta angle is 90 degree, right? So what we have seen is the angles of capnography, the phases of capnography, and the definition. Okay, so these are the things we have seen in this capnography. Now we are going to discuss very important, that is capnographic waveforms, right? Yes, so let's go to capnographic waveforms. Let's begin it here itself. Let's not waste pages. Okay, let's start here. Yeah, right, so we want to discuss various capnographic waveforms. Okay, there are many capnographic waveforms, but we are going to discuss the most important ones. Okay, so we are going to just discuss most important ones such that we can remember that. Right. I recommend everyone to draw it along with me so that it will be easy for you to understand. I have remembered that it has a few shapes, few letters, but only while you draw it, it will be easy for you. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Okay, so I request you to draw it along with me. Okay, as we see, I'm not going to label the x-axis, y-axis, as everyone knows what is the x-axis and y-axis. See, what is the x-axis? It is expired carbon dioxide, and what is the y-axis? It is time. Okay, so just remember it. So I'm just going to draw the wave forms such that you can remember it easily. Hello guys, so let's discuss about the various capnographic forms. We'll just draw the important capnographic forms, and it will be easier for us to understand. I just not explain so what is the detail is. I'll just explain it briefly so that we can remember each and every diagram and the significance in it, right? So let's draw it. First, we are going to see bronchospasm. Okay, let's just draw the diagram. See here, in bronchospasm, I remember it as, it looks like dolphin wings. Okay, so I remember bronchospasm as dolphin wings. It's not so narrow. Okay, so it looks like dolphin wings. See here. Okay, so what happens is the alpha angle has become wider. See, the alpha angle is wide and the beta angle is a little bit narrow. It's because that the alveoli has become lax. That is, it has lose the ability to contract and stretch. Okay, so this is the thing. So this is bronchospasm. The second one is expiratory valve malfunction. See, expiratory valve malfunction. So let's draw it. Maybe my diagram is not straight. Just try to draw it. See, there is significant amount of expired carbon dioxide. You can see that there is significant amount of expired carbon dioxide. See here. So you can see that there is significant amount, and it looks in a M shape, and two waveforms are involved in forming this M shape, right? Let's see the next one. It is also similar to expiratory valve malfunction. What is this? This is inspiratory valve malfunction. So what is the difference that we need to know? See, what is the difference we have to know is, see, this diagram, it's similar to expiratory valve malfunction, but the expired carbon dioxide level is less. Okay, the expired carbon dioxide level is less. See, you can see it here clearly. See, in expiratory valve malfunction, the expired carbon dioxide level, it is significant, right? But here we see that it is less compared to that, right? Let's underline it. Okay, next. The fourth graph is normal physiological. Oh, a little bit my handwriting When I write fast, it usually becomes very worse. Write it slowly. Variant. Seen in pregnant subject. Under GA. So even though the patient is under GA and is pregnant, we can see a normal physiological variant. That is the graph here. You can see that. See the normal physiological variant. A little bit. Just beta angle is a little bit narrow, right? It's around 90 degree. It's little shaky here. Is that okay? So normal physiological variant seen in a pregnant subject. Okay, so that's one important thing we have to observe. Actually, we can denote slight differences also. Actually, the expiratory upstroke and the inspiratory downstroke, no, it is slightly higher in pregnant subjects. So we can see that. But here, while we see it as a graph, it is normal looking, right? Okay, next, let's go to the next next graph. So fifth one, I'll go with pink so that it's similar color. The fifth one is curare clefts. Curare clefts is an important and most frequently asked capnographic waveform. See, it's very easy. You can draw it like significant M shaped. So it is in a M shaped. So what does this dip denote? This dip denotes that there is spontaneous breathing effort by the patient, though he is under mechanical ventilation. Effort by the patient. So there is spontaneous breathing effort by the patients even when he or she is under mechanical ventilation, right? So that's what the curare cleft denote. Next, let's go to the sixth one. What is the sixth one? We are going to see is rebreathing. When the patient is removed off the mechanical ventilator, okay, he undergoes spontaneous breathing. Okay, but here in rebreathing, what happens is the patient constantly he rebreathes. That is, you see there are many modes. I'm not going to discuss in detail about the modes and ventilator basics here. We can discuss it in a separate topic if time permits. But here I just want to say it's rebreathing. Okay, rebreathing. The patient rebreathes. Okay, so even though he is in mechanical ventilation, he tries to rebreathe. Not spontaneous effort, not any effort by the patient, but he's rebreathing the same air. So there is not a proper expiratory outflow. The expirated gases are not going properly. It's not eliminated properly. At that time, he can get this rebreathing graph. You can see that there's a significant expired carbon dioxide level. That it is not reaching the baseline. You can see there is a significant amount, right? So that is rebreathing. Next, let's go to the next. The next diagram is an important thing that we are going to see. That is esophageal intubation. Am I writing the number rightly? 7, right? Okay, it's 7. So esophageal intubation. Here you can see that it's a very important capnograph. Why? Because while intubating we can know whether we have intubated it to the trachea or in the esophagus. See, a large bell-shaped curve followed by a diminishing curve, a diminishing tail. So that's a large bell-shaped curve followed by a diminishing tail. This denotes esophageal intubation, right? Yes. Next. The next thing is single lung transplant. Next thing is single lung transplant. Okay, so the next one is single lung transplant. Okay, the single lung transplant. See, just when I draw, you just try to think what waveform is it similar to. See, what waveform it is similar to. Just try to remember. Okay, what is there? There is a M-shaped curve. Okay, what does this M in a single waveform? So what does it denote? It denotes spontaneous breathing effort by the patient. So compared to first of all, where did we see this? We saw it in curare eclipsy. There is a spontaneous breathing effort by the patient. So here the depth is shallow, right? But see here in single lung transplant, the depth is huge. Why is this so? It is because that is only the single lung has been transplanted. So the patient tries to take extra breathing effort, right? So that is the thing. Next, the ninth graph which you are going to see is cardiac oscillations. You are going to see is cardiac oscillations. Right? So cardiac oscillations. So in cardiac oscillations, basically the term itself denotes it. There is oscillations. There is oscillations, right? Where is the oscillations present? It is present in the phase 4. Okay, it is present in phase 4, right? So that is one important thing. Next we are going to see is what you are going to see, it is contamination. Okay, contamination of the sensor. So contamination of the sensor or soda lime exhaustion. There might be contamination of the sensor or soda lime exhaustion. Okay, so that we are going to see it here. See, we would have seen in our anesthetic workstation, no? There will be a soda lime container kept, like white or pink thermocol like structures, right? So that is this soda lime. So let's draw that. It is nothing but you can see that there is constantly an increasing amount of waveform. So there is constantly increasing amount of waveform, and the angles are narrowed. The alpha and beta angles are, both alpha and beta angles are narrow, right? So this is the contamination of the sensor or soda lime exhaustion. Next, we are going to draw this dot with this color. I think it's the 11th one. right? This is IMV, intermittent mechanical ventilation. Intermittent mechanical ventilation, this is IMV, in midst of spontaneous breathing. In midst of spontaneous breathing. Spontaneous breathing. So, if you remember, I said in one graph, I said about the spontaneous breathing effect where curare clubs, right? So here we can see that this is very easy diagram, so that's why I'm just drawing it here, so that it will be easy for you to understand. See, this is spontaneous breathing, this bell-shaped spontaneous breathing, but you can see that a mechanical ventilation curve, okay, normal mechanical ventilation curve occurs in midst of spontaneous breathing. So this is IMV in midst of spontaneous breathing. So it's very easy, you can identify very easily, right? Next, we go to the 12th. I'll just use the same color. So the 12th one is rebreathing during. So guys, we will see rebreathing during inspiration in vein circuit. So let's just draw it. See how the rebreathing is there. I will describe this as a highly disorganized and discoordinated waveform. Why? Because you can identify nothing except for a single normal mechanical ventilation curve. Okay. Otherwise, you can see that everything is disorganized. Right? So this is rebreathing during inspiration in Bain, Mapleson D circuit. We can discuss Mapleson circuits later, but now let's see the waveforms. The 13th waveform is malignant hypothermia. Malignant hyperthermia. So we know about malignant hypothermia, right? It has a ryanodine receptor dysfunction, malfunction. So that is a lot of thing we have to discuss about it. But in capnography, the capnography is used to diagnose this malignant hyperthermia, right? End-tidal carbon dioxide, we saw it, no? That we saw the advantages, right? In that we discussed that. See here, the graph goes like this. There is increasing waveform. See, the waveform goes on increasing. See, there is an increasing trend. Where else we saw this increasing trend? We saw it in contamination of the sensor and soda lime exhaustion. We saw here now. See, there is an increasing trend, increasing waveform. In the same way, here also, malignant hypothermia, there is an increasing trend. Right? You can see that clearly. Okay, next we can go to the 14th. There is nothing but cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. This cardiopulmonary resuscitation, it is nothing but CPR, right? CPR. Let's see that. So we can see cardiopulmonary resuscitation. See, it's an easy waveform. We can see that. I remember this waveform as a highly polymorphic waveform. There's nothing similar. Actually, I have drawn it a little bit similar. Actually, it is a highly different. That is, nothing is similar. There's no similarity in anything. just as we saw it in what else we saw this? In what else we saw a disorganized structure? We saw it in rebreathing in Mapleson Bain circuit, right? So here, this is also disorganized, but it's polymorphic. See, everything is polymorphic. If you remember in ECG, you would have seen something called as polymorphic VTAC. Okay, polymorphic ventricular tachycardia. No, in the same way, here you can see that everything is polymorphic. No wave is similar to each. Yes, yes. Okay, next, let's go to the 15th point here. This is nothing but spontaneous breathing. We have already seen it. Spontaneous breathing. Yes, how will it be? This is a simple and easy diagram. It's a normal bell-shaped diagram, right? Maybe I'll just round a little bit. Okay, it's a normal bell-shaped diagram. Okay, so this is spontaneous breathing. We saw it in curare eclipse also, where there will be spontaneous breathing, and we saw it in intermittent mechanical ventilation. No, there also we saw in midst of spontaneous breathing how an IMV will be there. We saw it, right? See the spontaneous breathing. Here itself we saw it. Okay, so I just want to summarize it so that we just go through a rapid revision. See, now we're just going to go for a rapid revision, like what is the summary of this. Let's see that. Capnography. So what is capnography? Basically, it is nothing but, what is it? It is the presence of expired carbon dioxide, right? In the exhale, the presence of carbon dioxide in respiratory gases, that is expired exhaled gases, right? So next is capnometer. What is that? It is measurement of carbon dioxide. Next, we saw the phases of capnography, where we saw phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4. Yes, and we saw the angles of capnography. We discussed briefly about it, and we also discussed about end-tidal carbon dioxide, right? Next, we saw what are the advantages. Only two significant advantages: intubation and malignant hypothermia. There are many advantages, but what we discussed is two important significant advantages. And angles present in capnography, we saw the alpha and beta angle. Next, we saw the various capnograph forms. Yes, what is it? It is bronchospasm. Yes, bronchospasm, which looks like dolphin fin shape, or dolphin wing. Okay, dolphin fin shaped. The next is, we saw about expiratory valve malfunction, where there is significant amount of expired carbon dioxide, and it is in M shape between two waveforms. Okay, next is inspiratory valve malfunction. It has expired carbon dioxide, but there is slightly less amount of the expired carbon dioxide, and it is also an M shape between two waves. Normal physiological variance in pregnant subject under GA. There might be slight increase in the time and the expired carbon dioxide. Otherwise, it's exactly normal as in a patient. Next, curare eclipse, we saw M shaped in a single waveform with a small dip. That dip is for spontaneous breathing effort. Next, rebreathing, we saw that it doesn't reach a baseline. It doesn't reach a zero. There is a significant amount of expired carbon dioxide in that, and it is in the same line. It is not increasing. Why? Because in increasing, there is another condition, which is nothing but malignant hypothermia, which should be seen in the next few waveforms. Next is esophageal intubation. You see that there is a bell-shaped curve followed by diminishing, fading tail. Next, single lung transplant. It's similar to curare eclipse, except that the expired carbon dioxide is slightly more, and the spontaneous effort by the patient is also more. And cardiac oscillations, you can see that there is oscillations in the phase 4, right? Contamination of the sensor, soda lime exhaustion, you can see that there is an increasing trend. Yes, there is an increasing trend, and the angles have become narrow. Yes, Yeah, it's IMV. In midst of spontaneous breathing, you can see a clear single normal mechanical ventilation curve in midst of spontaneous breathing curves. Next, rebreathing during inspiration, Mapleson D. You can see that it's highly disorganized with one normal mechanical wave curve. Next is malignant hypothermia, as we discussed. It is an increasing trend. And cardiopulmonary resuscitation, it's highly polymorphic. Yes, it's highly polymorphic. Next, spontaneous breathing, it's bell-shaped curve. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much. Actually, while recording this video, I had a lot of trouble with the app. I was not able to record it in a single stretch, but still, thank you for watching this. I was able to complete it. So thank you guys for your support. So have a good day. Please revise this topic, that it is a potential MCQ asking topic in any exam, any competitive exam you face, right? So thank you guys, and it will highly be useful in your clinic also while intubating. You will not be seeing it classically in what is it, in awards or thing, but it is highly important, right? So thank you guys, thank you. Have a good day.